now this is going to be very interesting because this truck is big. For 2018, this is the 4th generation of the Expedition, and it now has an aluminum body. It weighs less than before by about 200 to 300 pounds, but it's also larger. It has more interior space, which is awesome, but on a tight trail like this, it's an issue. This is the FX4 off-road edition of the all-new 4th generation 2018 Ford Expedition, and as soon as I could bring it here into the Colorado Rockies, I jumped at the chance. I'm gonna take it up Gold Mine Hill to see exactly how it does here in the wilderness with all the off-road goodies. The Expedition is based on the Ford F-150 frame, although it's heavily modified, but it's also using a Ford F-150 engine. This is a 3.5 liter EcoBoost twin turbo V6 with a rating of 375 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque for this XLT FX4 edition of the Expedition. It also has a proper four-wheel drive system with a low range rear locker. So you got two knobs here in the center console. This is your transmission control. Yes, it's a knob. It's a little difficult to find when you're switching from reverse to drive and working fast with your transmission in a tight parking maneuver, but it's there. This is your drive mode selector. You can run in 2 high. Right now I'm in 4-wheel drive automatic mode, and you can also obviously put it in 4 low. So let me do that. I'm gonna put it in neutral, hit the 4 low. You can see the messages here as well. And then I can also activate the locker. Check it out. Electronically controlled rear locker, which helps a lot in a loose off-road situation where grip is at a premium. First stage is a rocky incline going up approximately, what is it, a 10-degree slope. I actually just engaged the off-road status gauges here in the center, and I wanted to show you exactly what the terrain is like. And right now it's at about, what, 9 degrees, 10 degrees, so it's not an insane incline, and it's really dry today too. And first stage is done with no problem whatsoever. It's just like an afternoon Sunday drive. The FX4 gets a unique wheel and tire package. It has an 18-inch painted rim, and it has these Michelin Primacy XC tires, all season, mud and snow. But when I look at the tread up close, it doesn't quite look aggressive enough or macho enough for an off-road truck. We'll have to see how it grabs on Gold Mine Hill. Of course, this is the short wheelbase of the Expedition. There's also the Max, but for the FX4 you get this short wheelbase, which is 122.5 inches. The overall length of this machine is still really big, 210 inches exactly, and the width with the mirrors folded, 83.6 inches. So there are not that many SUVs that can seat 8 people comfortably, but also take you on a fairly difficult off-road path. All right, stage 2 is an off-camber left-hand turn, but it's also very steep, and traction will be lost, like you can see here. Kind of figured it out, but it's not easy. It didn't do it very easily, but it figured it out. Electronic limited slip differential temporarily disabled. Okay, but I do have my locker engaged. So So that was actually a little bit more challenging than I expected. I expected the Expedition to have enough, tire and capability to just make stage 2 easy. Now this is going to be very interesting because this truck is big. For 2018, this is the 4th generation of the Expedition, and it now has an aluminum body. It weighs less than before by about 200 to 300 pounds, but it's also larger. It has more interior space, which is awesome, but on a tight trail like this, it's an issue. The FX4 package costs $1,650, so what do you get for that money? Well, we talked about the tires already, right? That's important. You also get off-road tuned shocks. Of course, you still have the low-range transfer case that every Expedition has, but you get extra skid plates. I'm really happy to see that Ford used skid plate on front for the engine and transmission. There's also a little aerodynamic device after that, and there's another skid plate for the transfer case, and there's yet another one for the fuel tank. I'm really glad to see that Ford actually thought a lot about protecting the underbody of the truck. Of course, you also get some cosmetic touches. You get those running boards and FX4 badges to let people know you like to go off the beaten path. The XLT 4x4 version of the Expedition starts at $54,705. This particular model you see here has some additional optional features, namely the Ford 202A package, and also, of course, the FX4 package for a final price of $63,720 for this particular model. Stage 3 is really rotted out right now, and it's scary. This is a big truck. I don't want to damage it. I'm actually gonna fold my outside mirrors. So approach angle, departure angle are very important here. I'm gonna open this window and I'm gonna open my mirrors. I need more visibility. Stage 3 is being very challenging. It's really rotted out. I'm gonna try to back down. I made one attempt at stage 3. I couldn't quite clear the top without damaging or scratching the underneath of the truck. So I decided to back down and slid down this soft slope. So now I'm stuck between the tree in the back and kind of this big ditch in the front. So I'm gonna try to get myself out of it, but it's a little bit of an issue. And right now, I'm just kind of on 2 wheels. You could see there's not a huge amount of articulation. Obviously, this is an independent rear suspension, actually all the way around independent suspension, which is really comfy ride on the highway, but it's not a huge amount of articulation off-road. I was using 4-wheel drive low and rear locker on stages 1, 2, and finally on stage 3. When I was backing down from stage 3, I did get stuck in this ditch, and after getting in and out of the truck several times, I finally forgot to re-enable the rear locker when I restarted the Expedition, but that still didn't stop me from getting unstuck and getting on my way. So I'm just gonna try to go up a little bit. Okay, straight out.
You're just digging a hole over here, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm digging a hole. Zach, our producer Zach, is spotting me. 16-degree up.
There we go.
I think the limited slip is overheating, guys. It's giving me an error message.
Straighten out, straighten out, straighten out. Okay, left again. Okay, go. Straighten out, you're good.
The Expedition did not like this third stage. Really dry soil, not enough traction on these tires, and also quite not enough breakover angle to clear the hill. So did really great getting me to the very challenging obstacle, but not good enough to go over the top. I did not want to use a lot of speed on the final obstacle. That's my decision. I don't want to damage the truck, but I was quite impressed with the way that the four-wheel drive system and the four-low and the locker operate off-road. Go back to tfltruck.com for more news, views, and real-world off-road reviews.